Good morning. My name's Rhonda. Welcome back to my pottery journal. We have another kiln opening, and it has a lot of my Galaxy ware and some of the new paper cup stuff and some fairy houses. There's also, I tried some new underglazes this time, so we'll see what we get. All right. Well, obviously I have had an under fire with my Galaxy mugs. This is Smoky Merlot. It normally comes out purple. The seaweed, I obviously didn't put enough of the seaweed because the blue is there, but it's not as prominent. There's 3 coats of each of these with a background of obsidian, and the white is just underglaze flecks, but I'm going to have to refire these because Smoky Merlot did not do what it normally does. Interesting. But now that I've dealt with the obvious elephant in the kiln, let's talk about the paper cups. These are ramekins that my husband asked me to make to replace the generic ones we have in our kitchen. This one here is Amico's baby blue underglaze, thinned and then wiped back with just an overglaze, and I did 3 parts of mixing clear this time to 1 part Amico's snow, and it only has 2 coats, so it's not covering up the underglaze the way I did last time. Now, the reason I mention this is because I ran out of Amico's baby blue, and so I switched to Kiwi's underglazes. I bought them to try them out for some underglaze painting that I want to try, and this is their powder blue. I really like the color of the powder blue, better than I like the baby blue. It's more subtle, and yeah, I'll be going forward with that. The Kiwi underglazes are quite interesting because they are more liquid than your typical underglaze, but I still watered them down a little bit to make them flow the way I wanted to. I love these. These are fabulous. Yay! Happy with that. Yeah, all of these, there's a little bit of purple there, but it did not do. So they will all just go back in with the next glaze firing that I do, and I didn't put a hold on them this time. I just went to cone 5. Usually I put a slight hold, and that may be part of the issue. This is a coffee pour over, so it sits like that. Same glaze combination. What I did do on the rim, because I do use B-Mix as my clay body, I used Mako's Ingo to create that because I didn't want the stark white contrast with the black glaze. There's 2 of those. Cool. I like those. I watched Marlaina the Pottery Lady, her YouTube demonstration on how to do the pour overs, because somebody asked me to make one and I'd never made one before, and her tutorial was very efficient and informational about them, and I'm thankful for that. I made one for the paper cup mugs too. Yay! I'm so excited about those. I've never done a coffee pour over. I mean, personally, in my own coffee, may have to try it at least once to see how it works. The bowls are beautiful. Oh, that one ran. That's interesting because that does, well, that's where the seaweed was. What did I do? I don't know. It's disconcerting to have something that you do all the time. So you just kind of rely on it to do what it's supposed to do, and then it doesn't. Since I have to refire these anyway, I may spray these with some hairspray and put just a little bit more seaweed on them because I didn't get this kind of reaction, and I think I was a little light-handed on the seaweed. Okay. Dang it. I know there are those of you who said, well, I should have put witness cones in here. I really normally only use witness cones when it's something that I do not do over and over. It's like something new glazes. But this really is just, it's the way it is. They're not ruined, at least. This is the Galaxy Ware and my moons. I'm known for these locally. In fact, I only do one show a year because that's all the time I have to create enough inventory. And I'm known as the Moon Lady. It's kind of funny, the monikers you get. This one actually did the color that I was expecting. A little bit closer, so it probably just is the fact that I didn't put my normal hold that I would use with other glazes, and that's probably why I didn't realize that this combination needed that. But look at the moon. It's really quite cool. This is the one, I believe, it's either this one or the next one that I showed you last time. These are one of my favorite things to make, and it's rather an interesting story. My husband and I, he's a photographer, and we went to Tennessee in 2017 so he could photograph the total eclipse, and it was the most amazing experience, natural phenomenon that I had ever experienced. And I came home and started making moons. And I don't know if I'll ever stop making them because it's just one of those emotional things that I'm still just quite in awe of it, and the way that the rest of nature responded to it. We were out in the middle of nowhere on a back road so that he could have an unobstructed view. And when the eclipse took place, prior to the eclipse, there was all kind of noise from birds and crickets and other little creepy crawlies. And then the eclipse happens and there's absolute silence. And it was like that for, I think, 5 minutes, the entire time that the eclipse was going on. And then they all started chirping and singing and doing their thing as soon as the totality ended, and it was just an amazing phenomenon. But yeah, these are quite cool. This is all underglaze. It is, I take slate and jet black and mix it together. And because my background started in painting, I just mix the colors until I get what I want. And Amoco used to have a different gray underglaze that was closer to this color. I think it was called Elephant or something like that. But they don't make it anymore, so now I have to just literally mix it myself. And I don't know, I like it. It's really quite cool. That's a lot of information that you probably didn't need, but I really like making my moons. Now, all right. Oh, wow. Where'd you start? Well, I'll take the moon out first. This one, obviously, the bottom of my kiln is always hotter, so the Smoky Merlot did do what it was supposed to do, but as you can tell, I didn't go heavy enough on the seaweed, so that's my issue. So I will, with my next kiln load, I'll probably actually put some cone packs in the top to see what those elements are doing, because my kiln is like 8 years old. Other than the thermocoupler and one relay, she's been amazing and has had no problems ever. And knock on wood, hopefully it stays that way. I'm going to start with the fairy houses. This is the base that was from the last kiln opening. Look at the little owl. I'm a Harry Potter fan. I tried to make him look kind of like Hedwig without making him Hedwig, if that makes sense. Amico's orange flame with a little bit of teddy bear brown mixed into it to darken it up a little bit to get more of a pumpkin color. The creases have more teddy bear brown to darken them. The brown is also teddy bear brown with a white back of black. Radiant red, white underglaze. The owl is white and ivory underglaze with a little bit of tan and a little bit of orange. And then I used Amico's snow on the inside. And I put flickering LED candles in them. I'm so excited about these. I like that owl. Yay me. Here's another one, very, very similar to that one. This is, I didn't mention it with the other one, the leaves are deep olive speckle. Mako's C note on the top of the mushrooms on this one because I like the variation it gives. But so cool. This one's kind of interesting. This one here, I used Mako's Engobe on the pumpkin itself, and I put it on in the greenware phase and put it through the bisque so that when I went in to actually do the detail work and the painting on it, if I got on the pumpkin itself, I could just wipe it off. The gray around the windows is the slate underglaze. Yeah. Pretty, pretty awesome. Oh, I don't want to do that. And last but not least, oh, look at that. All right, I haven't painted the base for this one yet because I honestly forgot. But this is what it will look like. Now, I wrote the glazes down, and this was let's see. The top of this mushroom and these mushrooms is the new green jasper by Mako. I actually bought their sample packs so that I could try it out and see what I thought about it. The leaves are seaweed with Amico pear on top of them. The house is ivory, and the brickwork is light red, radiant red, and then black underglaze. I think there might be a little bit of maroon underglaze on there too. Again, the doors, the windows are teddy bear brown, all underglaze. Door handle is palladium. The flowers, these are the new Kiwi Underglazes, and I had to write them down because I wanted to actually paint and see what we could do. They're blush pink and then rose pink on top of them, and the centers are moonlight yellow with monarch orange. These are fabulous. They say their pinks don't burn out, and ladies and gentlemen, their pinks don't burn out. Those are absolutely amazing. That was one of the things that when I did the research on the Kiwi Underglazes is everyone kept saying the purples and the pinks, they stay true, and wow, they absolutely do. Look at it. I am very, very pleased. I'm very, very pleased with this. And I'll do this one, and the mushrooms will actually match the mushrooms here. And it'll probably be in the next kiln opening. I just honestly ran out of time and space, and I was more interested in getting all the fairy houses in there than worrying about the base. So, thank you so much for joining me, and I'm excited. This is a cool glaze. I like that. I like what the Mako glazes do with the little crystals in them. I am happy you decided to join me. I'll see you next time. Thank you.